Hi, this is Thomas with Believe in the Run.
This is Robbe with Believe in the Run.
And this is Megan with Believe in the Run.
You know, sometimes getting out the Believe in the Run is a lot.
I feel like the width is the hard part.
Yeah. Just it's a ton of words coming out of your mouth.
There's no width in Believe in the Run.
I say, gosh, you've been hanging out with Thomas too long.
I'm also still on West Coast time. I don't know what day it is,
Yes, I love
what
it.
year it is.
Thank God I didn't say that.
Yeah, that's
All right. So, you know, the people have spoken, and us just jawing and spewing out words seems to be okay. Not only okay, but maybe preferred.
What makes me really happy is that people like the dinosaur and the shark talk, because that's what I'm here for.
Yeah, we should become. I guess maybe we should go back to school. And
Paleontologist.
get a degree in paleontology.
We'll work on that.
Nature finds a way.
Yeah,
All right. Actually, I would want to be the Jeff Goldblum character in that.
you need to get some. Oh, you do have glasses similar to him.
Yeah,
right?
it'd be like, it is chaos. Yeah.
Yeah, it is chaos. There's a lot of that here.
Yeah. This is a Chaos Theory podcast. No, actually, we talk about running mostly, and then, you know, sprinkle in some decoration here and there.
Yeah, running. Lots of stuff going on this week in running.
Lots. Where do you guys want to start? Like, do we want to start with our running? Do we want to start with other people's running? Do we want to start with...
You were in California. We can start there.
Yeah.
And
You know-
Nevada.
Yeah, we did
really?
both.
Don't you know Lake Tahoe is Nevada and California?
No, so I always think Lake Tahoe is in Utah because all the letters of Utah, or most of them, are in that name.
That is how most geography works. If it's got the same letters, it's in the same place.
I mean, you just put a U in the front. It's Tahoe.
Tahoe.
Yeah. Anyways,
Yeah.
so I always whenever you say you're going there, I'm like, oh, Utah.
I mean, I don't want to piss anyone off, but I think the California side is probably nicer than the Nevada side.
Why would that? Is that a?
You know,
people
like
get mad
when you
about
drive, you're driving up 83 and you hit Pennsylvania and the roads just turn to crap.
Yeah, for sure.
I feel like there's a little bit of that, like that Pennsylvania isn't quite as nice as Maryland. And
So which one's nicer, California side?
I think so. But, you know, we didn't spend a ton of time on the Nevada side. But, you know, Nevada had gambling when California didn't. So it was more of the... Like,
Is Nevada... Wait, is it Nevada or Nevada?
tomato.
Would you... So,
Nevada.
I say Nevada.
I grew up saying Nevada.
Oh, so I'll take that as gospel since you grew up on the West Coast.
Yeah.
Because I always said Nevada.
That sounds fancier.
Yeah, Nevada.
I mean, I do come from a land of culture.
Yeah, learned people.
South Central Pennsylvania.
I don't know why I love the learned people from Brothers so much, but that quote, they're trash.
Oh, man.
They come from learned people. Yeah, Nevada. But yeah, Meg, why don't you talk a little bit about the trails that we got to run on while we were out there? Because that was the highlight for me of the whole vacation. And I was there with my whole family. And basically the hours of 5 a.m. to, 7:30 where we were out on the trails were probably my favorite times.
It was, I mean, Lake Tahoe has got to be one of the most beautiful places I've ever been.
Really?
Like, the combination of the crystal clear blue water with the mountains in the background, like, there's just nothing better than those views. I don't
And
think.
the air is crisp.
Yeah.
We got up in the morning. Like, the only thing that sucked is for packing.
Well, we happened to be there when a cold front came through, so it was like high 20s in the morning, and then it got up to 70s.
But the cold wasn't that bad because it's not like what the East Coast and coming back and running today.
Yeah.
I was like, this is so gross. We are swimming here. We are not.
'cause
We
of the
are
humidity.
fish people here. Like, it is literally disgusting.
Yeah.
As far as the air, we when we got there, it's crisp. So like, the first day I wore tights because I was like, it's in the 20s. I got to wear tights and a jacket, gloves, hat. Halfway through the run, I was like taking off my hat, and it just doesn't feel. It's not that cold, that the damp cold. It's just a dry cold.
I'll believe that.
But yeah, so the first day we went and ran along the Tahoe Rim Trail, which is actually, I didn't know this, but there's a trail that goes around the entire lake. It's 165 miles. So we did
150 of it.
we did 5 of those,
A
and
little
I was
over
like
5.
winded.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh, when we first stepped out on the trail, the altitude definitely got to us.
Yeah. It
Like,
was hard
we
to
were
breathe.
wheezing. But it was cool because we didn't realize it. We were on the same trail as the Tahoe 200.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah. It was really cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, there's people, we're like, why are all these people out here so early with poles and jackets and stuff, but they were all like out there. And I actually stopped and talked to one guy for a little bit, and he was pretty. He was like, I'm at mile 55.
Okay.
I'm hurting right now, but my morale is high. He was from Hawaii.
I'm trying to think of what it would be. And didn't you say he ran through the night, like, and it was hailing or ice or something?
Hail and snow that night. So, and I will tell you the other thing. You know those Mercedes trucks, like the one they're using for the ASICS?
Yeah, like Sprinter vans type thing?
They're all over the place. That
really?
place is infested with those, and they're all cool. Like, they're all customized.
It's just like people living out of them?
They're decked out. Like, these are people that, like, if you were living the ultra dream, these people are driving around, and, you know, it's macked out. Like, custom paint jobs, the fat tires,
That's
you
crazy.
know, they have all their stickers from all their ultras on there. There's, like, ladders and gasoline cans, and, like, they look like you
really
could
rough.
assault a,
It's
a
like,
country.
It's like Mad Max, but rich, like
Wealthy Max.
wealthy Max.
Max Wealth.
So I like that.
Yeah, there you go. Brainstorming.
So this guy, so I'm just trying to imagine being at mile 55 of a 200-mile race.
Yeah,
being
you just started.
And him being like, I'm in pain. Yeah. I was like, that's a long few days ahead of
zero
you.
interest in that.
Yeah, nobody we passed looked happy. They all look like, fuck.
Dude,
Explicit.
that's like, you do a 200-mile or you're coming out looking like the Crypt Keeper, like for sure.
Yeah, well, it's funny because I saw people in the airport when we were leaving that were definitely, because our flight went from Reno to Denver, and there was people on our flight that had finished the Tahoe 200.
They weren't
gear.
walking right.
Yeah.
And they had
corpses.
a t-shirt on.
Yeah, when I felt bad, like there's this one lady, and you could tell she ran it because she was walking funny and stuff. And her husband like grabbed his heavy bag and threw it on and started walking up to the start, and you could see her like struggling with her bag. Yeah, just leave the week, sir.
Oh man.
You know, I don't normally get seated trail shoes because I don't run trails, but Hoka, I don't know what happened. I accidentally ended up with a pair of the Tecton X.
Oh really?
And that's what I took to Tahoe.
Smart move.
Freaking love that shoe.
Right?
Such a good shoe.
Did I not tell you it's like the best Hoka road shoe or just shoe this year?
Well, and that's the thing is like it felt good when we were on the road, on the pavement, and then running through the trails. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I brought. I did the Terex, the Adidas Terex I think it's 260 or 240.
Okay, yeah.
And it's kind of like the speed one. I ran in that one the first day. The heel on that one, because it's kind of rounded, isn't good for me with my ankles.
Same. That's the biggest issue I have with that shoe was that rounded heel thing.
So you experienced it as well?
Yeah. In fact, I brought those with me for my 50K because they are fast and like
they feel great.
Really nice shoe. And then I was gonna switch to them halfway, and I forgot about that. As soon as I put them on, I was just like took a few steps. I was like took them right off.
Like standing still.
Yes, standing still. Like just
I was like amazed.
You feel yourself
like
going side to side. It's crazy.
So I wore those the first day. Unfortunately, the second day on trails, we thought we were going to be running on something that was paved, but it turns out no, it was just regular trail. And I had on the Endorphin Speed 3.
Did that mess with your ankles?
No.
The trails we ran were like relatively flat. It was just like rocky. So it wasn't
There's
terrible.
like loose gravel and stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
I just paid more attention to footfall than I may have in a trail shoe. And then the third day I wore the Norda 001s.
Oh yeah.
I really like that shoe.
It's nice.
The only thing I could say is it needs a little padding on the heel counter.
Yeah, definitely.
But other than that, I wore that one as like when I went to the airport. I wore that when we walked around with family doing tourist stuff.
It's a great do-it-all shoe. Yeah. Lifestyle, running, whatever.
And we did a lot of up and down running like on the third day.
Okay.
And I felt secure and good on it the whole time. So I really like that shoe.
Nice.
We only ran 3 out of the 4 days because on the first night there, we got very intoxicated.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
No, it's not what you think.
Bagels came up, and Thomas goes, Megan makes her own homemade bagels.
I didn't say that.
Yes, you did.
They already knew.
And then I drunkenly was like, I'll just make everyone bagels in the morning. So one morning I had to make bagels for everyone.
How many bagels did you have to make?
They wanted 2 dozen. I made 16, which is 2 batches.
Yeah. That seems like a lot, but
Well, here's why this was a brave move. First, we had none of the ingredients.
okay, yeah.
But we did have a full kitchen.
Two, she never has cooked in this oven before.
Oh, that's like
We
a
didn't
big
even know
thing.
if we had pans or anything. So that morning, instead of going running, we got up at the same time, but just went to the
grocery
Safeway.
So how long does it take dough to rise?
So this is what I did: is the night before I made the dough and put it in the fridge.
I
so
thought you
it
said you didn't have
rises
any ingredients.
No, okay, so
You packed a thing of flour with
no,
you.
I agreed
She always
to.
travels with flour.
We got there Friday night. I agreed to make bagels Sunday morning.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So we went out Saturday, got all the ingredients. I made the
Okay.
dough that night, and the next Sunday morning.
So what were we doing that morning? You were just baking?
On Sunday?
The morning we skipped a run.
Yeah, baking.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then so how long does it take for dough to rise?
If you just do it like in the morning, an hour and a half.
Oh, okay.
Like she'll do it before her long
But
run.
you did it overnight? Mm-hmm. Did it rise too much?
No, so it's like
I know nothing.
it's a
about
much
dough.
slower rising process because it's colder in the fridge, and so it takes longer. They actually say it creates a better flavor, but then you take it out in the morning and it has to like warm up. So you leave it out on the counter for like 45 minutes.
Okay. You know how they say like people are like, oh, the Brooklyn water makes the bagel. I don't know what accent that is. What is what
Luigi.
what is that? Is that for real? That's not real, right?
I think it's partially for real. I mean,
You know what I think is also changed? Is we filter water now.
Yeah.
Like back in the day, maybe out of the tap, the Brooklyn water was better than, someplace else you got it.
Yeah, or worse.
I think actually dirty water is like supposed to make great dough.
I know where to find some of that.
Robbie's scraping puddles. Made some bagels, Meg. They're going to be delicious.
Oh, that's
City street water.
if you got water, say, out of a creek and you used it in a bagel, would that kill off all the pathogens if there happened to be any?
I mean,
in
if they
there?
get baked, I would think that baking something would clean it, right?
Well,
'Cause
you're
you boil
boiling the water.
Oh, boom.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll bring back some jugs of creek water when I go to Patapsco tonight.
I will not. I will not.
Oh, no. I will tell you, like, if we lived out there, and I'm a road running guy, I love the roads.
Yeah.
I think I would become full on trail guy.
I mean, I get it. Yeah, it makes sense.
The weird thing was I expected more wildlife.
Oh, that's always weird when you don't see wildlife.
Chipmunks and squirrels were it. That's it.
That's lame.
I was also super disappointed in the lake life. There was I wanted like a dolphin to fly up or a shark to come at me.
We got
There's
ducks.
nothing there.
Is there like a Nessie version of Lake Tahoe monster?
No, but I will tell you, it's scary deep.
Is it?
It's 1,600 feet deep.
No way.
Yeah.
It's like the deepest lake
Wait,
in the
what?
States.
Yeah. It is like,
A quarter of a mile, basically?
yeah.
That's crazy.
And they have a cutout of it that like a relief map that you can see. And it's just like,
Dude, you
it
think,
just drops off like a cliff.
imagine the stuff that's down there, though.
Well, I think it's so deep. They said that nothing flows to the bottom. It kind of, there's like this mid-level
Oh.
where it's so cold down at the bottom that it like,
Yeah, but there's stuff living down there.
Yeah.
this is, life finds a way, right? Back to the dinosaurs.
Sharks live in volcanoes now. There's stuff down there.
Yeah, it's true.
Man, we should... I wonder if National Geographic's ever done a thing about
They're
that.
probably like, there's not enough crap down there. And there's a lot
Anyways.
of people scuba diving in there. Which
Really?
also was
That's
weird.
cool.
The first day it was super
Is-
windy and there was all these kiteboarders out there.
Is the water
Cold.
super cold?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was
It was-
50 degrees
Yeah, 55.
at the top. So as
Are
you
you
go
kidding?
down, it probably goes.
Did you go swimming at all?
We
Or
went
cold?
rafting and kayaking,
Okay.
and I was about as deep as I wanted to get in the water.
Yeah.
Yeah. I went, so when I was in Washington, we were on Orcas Island, and there was a lake, like an alpine lake, that I jumped into after we went hiking / running. And I gotta say, like, that was probably the same. It was like 50 degrees.
Yeah.
I just cannot, like, my one friend, he likes to do the Wim Hof stuff, so he's kind of like he was fine, just like swimming around. I'm like, cannot catch my breath, no matter how hard mentally I try. I'm just like gasping.
Yeah.
And
it's
I was
a
like,
shock.
I can't do it for more than like 30 seconds. So I don't know. Maybe I should start doing ice baths.
Well, it was crazy because there was, like I said,
Shouldn't
the
it?
first day it was super windy because I guess the cold front was coming in. And there was a bunch of kiteboarders out there. And like there was ones with the hydrofoil.
Oh wow.
Yeah, have you seen those?
Yeah.
I mean, just sick. There's regular people out there.
I'm pretty sure that's magic, by the way. I don't
know.
understand how the vortex out of the water.
Thomas kept explaining it to me, and I was like, "This doesn't make sense."
It's the same thing as a plane.
No way, man. That's magic.
Anyway, and then there was a boat that was tipped over because it was so windy, I guess, and was like sinking right in front of us. And that's when I said,
And you just waved to them.
well,
You did that meme where you're high-fiving them as they're...
I did the thing where I covered my camera where the boat was up, and then I pulled it when their boat was sinking.
Joe Bluth over there, disappearing boat tricks.
No, it was kind of crazy though, because there are people scuba diving out there, and I'm like, what are they scuba diving for? Because I mean, first off, the water's super clear, so like you can see, like if you're looking 4 feet down, it's like you can see it. Like we were kayaking, it felt like you could look at the bottom. And that was another thing, I didn't see any fish.
Nothing.
And then, but I was like, why are people scuba diving? And apparently there's a lot of boat wrecks.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
Tahoe.
okay, that makes sense. That's cool.
Which I don't understand why there's boat wrecks in there. And it's got to be
you
all
saw
modern.
one.
I know, but it's got to be all modern boats.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, that you can go to a junkyard and see that. Like, it'd be one thing if you were like seeing, when the Donner Party came and they crossed the lake, and they didn't. I'm making this part up. But if they did, and then you saw like the wreck of like, a sailing ship. But I think these are just like
probably
recreational vehicles.
Oh man.
We also went river rafting down the Truckee River, which like connects to the lake, and they told us it would be a 2 to 3 hour like cruising thing, and so we were like, okay, like prepared for the day. But Thomas and I have zero chill, and we're like passing everyone on this raft. It took us an hour.
Nah. Oh my gosh.
And we're kind of bummed because we're like, we get to this area where they're like, pull your boat over, and we're like looking at our watches, and we're like, what the?
Meanwhile, we're like pointing people out, and we're taking them down.
Yeah. Like those, because like people don't know how to paddle, so they're spinning around.
Yeah.
Like,
People are running into
things.
like one guy, there's this bridge, and it said, caution, do not hit the bridge. And his raft just goes sideways right into the pylon. We're like, idiots. So we're like, we got to get away from these people.
Yeah.
And the next thing you knew, we were done.
Man, you should have just paddled backwards and then got an extra half hour.
I think they figured that out because the finish is like this down rapid, and then it kind of swirls around to a pool.
Yeah.
So like we went down, you're like in there, but there was a restaurant there, and we took the boys, and
That's cool.
yeah, it was fun.
Nice.
Highly recommend it, but
it sounds
I would do
awesome.
it more probably the way that you'd probably do it, Robbie. Pack a soft cooler,
Yeah.
beach up for a little bit on the way down.
Yeah,
have some sandies.
Hell yeah.
A couple of cold beers.
Dude, that sounds
Dip your feet
nice.
in the water. But we were like, let's drag race this thing.
Yeah, you're the first people ever. You probably have a
FKT on
speed
it.
record on
That's what I told him.
FKT.
I was like, we won this. This is a win.
That's awesome. Cool.
But yeah, what running have you been doing while we've been away?
I've done some, not as much as I probably should be doing. Well, so I went camping last weekend for Father's Day weekend. So I take me and some friends of mine. We take our kids, like the dads take the kids, and then the moms stay home. We get to drink beers.
Doesn't that sound like Mother's Day though?
No, this is the thing. It's Father's Day through and through because the kids all just go in the woods and play on rocks in the creek. I don't even see them. Like,
Oh wow! And there's your wife's not like, are you watching the kids?
no, she's just like, I'm just like, go, like, and then I feed them when it's required.
When they come back, you throw some peanuts at them,
Yeah, that actually kind of did happen.
like they're squirrels.
There's just a huge bag of peanuts, and I was just like, just go eat those. But yeah, so that was nice. But the only problem is, you have your kids. They can't really go on a long.
Oh, I thought you were going to say a
run.
bender.
No, you can do that.
You can't get too
It's
drunk
just-
because you got to watch kids in the woods.
You can definitely do that. The worst though, I was like drinking around the campfire, and then you hear your kid crying. So Jonas peed his pants twice that night, so that was annoying.
A lot of soda.
Yeah, just craziness. But all in all, it was a beautiful weekend here. You guys missed the
I know.
craziest Baltimore weather ever for June. I was wearing a sweatshirt in the daytime in the sun.
Oh my God.
Like,
So here's the thing. Before Megan came into my life, weather was not an issue for me. I always seemed to luck out, have great weather. since Megan, 70-degree marathons, hurricane winds. You think it's global warming? It's Megan.
Yeah, I like that. But yeah, it was nice, and I mean, I've gone running this week, which is still nice because the weather was pretty great. But yeah, and then I'll get in long run possibly in the Alphafly, which we have here. So
Alphafly 2.
What?
yeah, which I guess we'll talk about in a little bit. But other than that, nothing crazy, no crazy stories this week.
No trash findings.
I did find a baseball glove that was pretty nice, and I needed a baseball glove.
I would play catch. I have a baseball glove.
Okay, yeah, I can
We can go
be
to
your papa.
We could go for a run and throw balls back and forth.
Okay.
It's you guys are diversifying the sport like Iliad with his bike riding.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
You need some mobility
Did you
in your arm.
Did you see that post?
No.
They're
It's
adding
crazy.
like a cycling team.
Yeah.
Iliad.
Oh, really?
We were checking all their shoes to see if they were wearing like running shoes or clip-ins.
Yeah.
So far, they're all in running shoes.
That's wild. Hopefully not alpha flies.
That'd be the best. Or would
That should be a new sport.
Or
Extreme
Nike's
sport.
going to come out with cycling shoes.
Yeah.
I guess they already have cycling shoes, but the ones Detter one time came out to one of our rides. And for those of you listening, Detter is a local friend of ours. Anyway, he came out for the bike ride, and he was wearing the Nike ones, and they basically fell apart on his bike. You know, they're clipped in,
Yeah,
so like when it just fell
You
apart.
just duct tape your foot at that point.
Yeah, so
Um.
not the best, but maybe they'll come out with the Alphafly version of
Yeah.
cycling shoes.
Okay, so you know how Joe Biden fell on his bike?
Yes.
I do know that.
All right.
He's got to quit, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure this out. Why was he wearing like
Cages?
Yeah, on just a beach cruiser or whatever, like a pretty chill, but they were going like 3 miles an hour. I was like, do you know why there's?
Yeah.
Is it just an old
I
bike?
think Donald Trump stuck those pedals on his bike.
He had like a cycling coach that
Yeah.
was like a Trump supporter. It's like,
Yeah. Here, just strap in.
They're probably just an old bike with the cages built on the pedals.
he's the freaking president of the United States. Why is he driving around an old bike with cages on the pedals?
Maybe maybe he wanted the cages.
I will tell you this. It was a bad look.
It's so everyone knows that's dangerous if you don't ride it all the time, especially even though
It was a bad look for the United States.
Yeah, it's
Like
no
Kim
one wants to
Jong-il
see
and all
that.
those guys were like, all right, now's the time.
Yeah, Kim Jong Il's probably like bragging to his people how he won the Tour de France like
Yeah.
3 times.
He's like, American president, no good.
Yeah, I was just like wondering that because I'm like, what? I would never ride a bike with cages on the pedals.
I would, but I'd make sure that when I was coming to a stop, I knew
Like
which-
exactly
where
how
to put my
yeah,
weight.
yeah.
Like I'm very careful when I use clip-ons
Yeah, I mean,
or clip-ins. I like when we go for a ride.
yeah, those are crazy. I mean, I've fallen on those before.
Yeah.
Not
But it does concern me that, it's not a good look.
Yeah, that's not a good look for anyone.
Yeah.
That's not a good look if you're a 5-year-old.
Right.
Anyways,
Yeah, like Jonas would have rode past him and laughed.
yeah, probably. Anyways, so yeah, other than that, nothing too crazy. Just what was it? I found the baseball glove. Which is great because you know how baseball gloves are so hard to break in.
Yes.
That's the worst part. So I was like, I don't want to get a new glove because I don't want to break it in.
Yeah.
I found them. Fake.
The only
through.
problem that I would have, every time I slip my fingers into that glove,
Yeah, you
I would be thinking about that other person's hand.
think I would have that problem?
No.
Exactly.
I don't even think you'll disinfect. You'll just put it in there, feel it.
Yeah, I mean, correct. It's not Goodwill Hunting. They're not-
Wait, did he find a baseball glove?
Do you remember that scene where Casey Affleck's like, whatever? Yeah.
I watched all of the Peaky Blinders season,
Wow.
whatever we're in. Amazing. Fantastic finish. Like, just fantastic. Like, the final episode just nailed it. Like, you know how people complain about Game of Thrones and stuff?
Yeah. Oh, they actually did a good job.
so
Is it
good.
over now?
I think it is, but it's open to continue going.
Okay.
Oh, I probably shouldn't say that.
Great.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Spoiler alert. But no, it's really good.
Yeah, I just finished Stranger Things last night. So.
That's the other show that I was watching.
Yeah.
And I understand why Kate Bush's song is popular, but it ruins it for me.
does.
This whole generation, like, because that song was not super popular in the 80s.
Right.
It was like subculture alternative music. You didn't want on MTV, that would have been on your 120 minutes. It wouldn't have been on your regular play. And I understand the character's a little bit on the side there on the fringe.
But she's not like...
She was not the girl that was listening to Kate Bush
Yeah.
in 5th or 6th grade. Or what do you think? She's in high school? Yeah, high school.
Yeah, like 9th grade.
9th grade. She was not the girl that was listening to that stuff.
Yeah.
It would have been L,
That's
maybe.
such a good song too. It's like, no, I can't
I
listen to
know.
it again.
And it used to be fun to pull that out and put it to Reels or whatever on Instagram. And now I can't because I'm like, you got all these people TikToking to it.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyways, Stranger Things, pretty good. Actually great. It really took a turn for the horror.
I was going to say, do you feel that this
channel.
is a little bit of a stretch?
I do. Yeah. I think they went a little too hard on like I don't know, it's just over the top.
Yeah. I mean, they're introducing a demon into the mix.
Yeah. And did you watch?
I haven't seen the finale.
Oh,
I'm
so
right
there's
now,
a lot that's like comes out. Okay.
right now, the guys...
Don't spoil it.
No, I'm just telling people where I am in it. Spoil it for you. You're never gonna watch.
I think it's fine. It's fine because it's been out long enough that I'm not gonna give away the last episode, but yeah, like wherever you're at.
Where I am is they were in the house and they had to leave and they're in the desert and they find the phone number.
Oh, okay, yeah. You're halfway through. Yeah.
So did you get more of an explanation? But I mean,
oh yeah, they like reveal a lot like
Okay.
in the last episode.
All right.
But anyways,
I do want to buy a silo now.
oh, like in the middle of the desert.
Like I think that's what we should have. Is like we should move the headquarters.
Imagine how many of those silos and secret things are out there.
I know. You probably have
Dude, so
neighbors. You're
many.
like, hey, how's your silo? Oh, it's good.
We need to start talking about something else because this is gonna get into UFO talk real quick.
Megan.
All right.
There's no
Talk
sharks,
about Grandma's
sharks in space.
Marathon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we should talk about Grandma's Marathon.
Yeah.
Why?
It happened this past weekend, Saturday, right?
Yeah, but I think we can't mention it without mentioning our two
Oh.
favorite runners in it.
Yeah, so Ben Johnson paced Michael Coe to his first sub 3 hour marathon.
How cool is that?
That is so cool.
So freaking cool. Did you watch the
So
YouTube?
wait,
I did.
that's the second time Ben Johnson has paced someone to their first sub 3 marathon.
I was the first one. I'll take that title. Mm-hmm. And now Michael Coe owns Ben Johnson's slowest marathon time. So it's not me anymore.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
What
to
a
think
what a
about.
burn!
Wow.
What a burn! No, I mean I think it was awesome. I mean, both are such really good dudes,
Yeah,
and to see them like working together and
I love it because it's like I feel like we're part of this small community
Yeah.
that's like just people doing cool things with each other, and we're all like in the same business like realm,
Yeah.
but we collaborate and do cool things.
it's
Yeah.
also insane. Like I remember like 2015, 16. I don't know if I just didn't know a lot of people, but it seemed like when someone broke 3, you're like, holy crap, these are fast MFers.
Right.
Like 259, you're like, whoa, please. Now it's like people are dropping it all over the place. Like I'm like half the people we know are sub 3 hour marathoners, and I'm like, I feel like I'm a back of the packer at like over 3 hours. You know,
right.
It's like you're like, oh,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's insane.
We watched Michael's YouTube recap when we were in Tahoe and
Kafuzi.
And I mean, the end like made me teary, like watching him cross the finish line.
was
Like I
cool.
was like, this is amazing.
He's like, I did it.
Like, cause I mean, I'd been there. Like I've done the trying over and over and not hitting it. And so,
But I also love
awesome.
like the raw, like it's not bragging. It's not.
no, he put in so much work.
But no, what I'm saying is like when you see like real raw emotion, like when he said I did it.
Yeah.
It wasn't like,
Hey, look at me.
yeah, it's not a hey look at me. It's like I've been working at this. This has been something, and I don't think he said that even for his audience. I think that was purely for himself. Like
100%.
Hey, like almost a pat on the back. Like okay, you did it. You can rest now.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that was amazing.
Yeah.
That race is insanely fast.
So this day was extremely fast too, because like we were talking earlier, they had a tailwind and it's point to point, and I think it was pretty nice. I think it warmed up, probably like high 50s at the end, but it was like pretty
Like,
perfect.
You take high 50s in June anytime.
Yeah.
Especially now because it was like 100 degrees there like 2 days later.
Right.
I just feel like there's two sides of it. Having a great day and capturing the opportunity is awesome. But if you have a bad day on that, it's got to feel like a really bad day.
Yeah.
Like you're like, everything's lined up for you.
Right.
And I know that because like I've had races where it's like everything seemed like it was going to be perfect. And you get out there and you just don't have the performance you wanted. And it's almost like more psychologically damaging because you're like watching everybody else have these great days when you're, and yeah, I know you're not supposed to compare yourself to other people, but it's
You
hard
should
not
in
to.
that situation.
Yeah.
So looking at Ben's or Ben and Michael's times, because by the way, very nice of Ben to let Michael.
He always
cross.
does that.
Yeah, it's a good guy. 2:58.36, and that was actually 458th place, which is just
Insane.
crazy.
That's what I'm talking about. Like how many
Went
sub
sub
Wait,
3.
like at Baltimore Marathon,
he would have.
that's like
First.
almost top 10.
Yeah.
It's like top 15.
Yeah.
It's closer than top 15. I think that would be like fourth place.
No, it's, on the men's side, top 10 is at the Baltimore Marathon is 2:49.
Is it really? Huh.
Yeah,
I'm impressed.
that's what our friend Ben Adams ran.
Oh, that's how you know.
Yep.
See, yeah, Ben's so strong too, Ben Adams. But yeah, that's insane that it's 400th though, and that's what I mean by like I used to feel like there was a small group of people doing it. There was like the pros, then there was the sub elites, the guys who ran track in high school and kind of like probably should be like reaching for the pro status, maybe OTQ timers, and then there was like a gap. And then there's like recreational runners that were breaking 3 hours. And it's just, now it just seems like people are dropping it. I can't even fathom it. Like it was funny today we were talking to Megan because we were listening to, we were talking about the Steve Magnus interview on Rick Roll. And
Rich Roll, but
yeah, I dropped
you're never
the
gonna
H.
you're never gonna give him up.
The H is silent.
Okay. I forgot you. Yeah.
The
Classy that way.
Yeah. It's like French. But we were talking about his interview, and I said to Megan, I said, if I did everything, like if I went and did it, we're talking, I'm like, I would just like to get back to my old, well, I'm like, I just want to, and she's like, are you going to say sub 3? Because that's insane. I'm like, no, I said, I would just like to get back to my old PR. Like I would like to get down to 320 once again. I mean, my last one was 325, which seems like when you have friends that are finishing, like Megan,
Yeah.
at 2:48, what's the difference there? I can't do math that fast.
At 32 minutes.
Yeah, that's like a half an hour.
Yeah.
It's like over.
It is. She could watch an episode of Stranger Things.
Yeah, you could chill, get a pedicure.
So the OTQ is for men is 2:18, right?
Yes.
So just in this race at the Grandma's Marathon, 33 people went under the OTQ.
That's for men.
Yeah.
That's insane.
It
They're gonna
is.
have to drop the men's time.
And also someone ran 3 seconds over. So
Oh, I saw. So I was.
pour one out for that guy.
I'm more invested in the women's side of things just because, and
Because why?
I'm a lady, and
Makes sense.
there was like 3 women who I think missed it between 1 and 5 seconds. Also, Dakota Lindworm took the win again.
And what was she wearing on her feet?
She was wearing the Elite, the Puma
Nitro Elite.
Right, not the Fast R.
Right.
Right. Again.
Haven't seen anyone wearing the Fast R in a race, which is great.
Well, so she wore it for the last half she did. But she, according to Todd Fokker, who posted this on Instagram, she said she did a workout in the Nitro Elite before the race, and it was the fastest that she'd run this
I did see
workout.
that, yeah.
And so she wanted to have that confidence going in and chose those shoes.
But that's the thing. If you're having your fastest workout
In those shoes.
and you don't feel confident running in
maybe
the
it
other
was just
shoe.
a good workout, though. Maybe it was just a
Right,
mental
right.
luck thing.
Could
I
be
don't know.
anything.
I'm not seeing it, but I mean, it's the same thing. Vaporfly versus Alphafly.
Yeah.
I prefer Alphafly over the Vaporfly. But then I was actually surprised because I went back and I did the beta breakers in the Vaporfly, and I was like, yeah, I can see the appeal of this, but I still think the Alphafly has more. So I'm really excited. We're going to get to
good transition.
try this guy out soon.
So this literally, as I was walking out my door to come to the office today, it just the FedEx man basically handed it to me.
Yeah.
So I have not run it yet.
There's no better package to be handed to than a pair of Alphafly 2s.
I didn't know what it was going to be either. When I saw that white box, got pretty
Well, you know,
happy.
it's funny because we had a package today, and I know that ours is coming, and we just got back from vacation. I opened it up, and it had said Brandon Rossi on the outside, and the box was white. When I cracked open the thing, I was like,
That son of a...
and then it was a pair of Mizunos. So I was like, okay, there you go. You got that. Have fun.
Yeah, this is... So, do you... Like, what all is different? Since I actually haven't worn the Alphafly 1, I only wore the Nature one.
I know they moved the drop. So it was a 4mm drop, and now it's 8, I believe.
They also added this underneath the pod.
Just a tiny bit of foam underneath the pod. Let me see that.
Yeah, there's
like
a little layer.
I would say, a little layer. I don't know how that would affect the shoe, so I'm excited to see what that does. But, I mean, I always like that they write stuff on here.
Yeah.
This one says, measured in the lab, verified with results and records.
I thought that S was a $sign, but I think it was just the ink, which would have been really cool.
A $sign?
Doesn't it look like a $sign on that one?
Yeah.
But it's just the ink. Anyways, I'm super excited to try these out because, like I said, I haven't tried out the standard version of the Alphafly, which is maybe the only shoe I haven't tried.
It's ridiculous at this point that you haven't had a pair of Alphaflys. Like this is insanity. We may have to get you an old school pair on sale so that you can compare the two.
So a couple of changes, I just looked them up, is they have a square look in the heel. They said resembling the invisible. Were you just talking about that?
No, but like that's not a change, but go ahead.
They said resembles the invisible run Flynet 2. The change addresses fatigue experienced after a certain mileage, especially for heel strikers. The foam's new layout also likely helps reduce the embedded carbon fiber plate's impact on one's foot. The most propulsion sensation produced by it is felt at the forefoot.
Do you know what I also, someone had asked on one of the forums about the arch in this? Because the arch on the Alphafly tends to affect and bother some people.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
But the person said this one seems more pronounced, but when they're running, you don't notice it as much. I think in there's got to be some research that Nike's doing because they have some arches that are the most aggressive in the sport. There has to be some advantage to having a high arch support in your running. And I know it's uncomfortable when you're standing around, but I do feel like when you're running, it's helping somehow.
You mean like in the React Infinity too? Like that same
That
thing?
one has a higher, and you know everything in the Infinity too, they're trying to maximize, better health of your foot and support. And so I feel like there's got to be a reason why they have an extreme arch in this besides just throwing in an extreme arch.
Have we weighed this yet? I guess.
No, but I don't, like 8.5, it won't mean anything to me.
Yeah.
It'll be in between Megan's size and Megan, you wear 6 in these, right?
Yep.
And then I wear the 10.5. It looks like they've also added a little more protection over the laces, Meg. Look at the tongue.
Yeah, I did see that. I mean,
was that an issue before or no?
You could feel it. It wasn't an issue.
It is stretchy though. That's kind of nice.
So because the upper around the collar and ankle, there's not like a ton of structure.
Mm-hmm.
I think you tend to tighten up the laces to make sure you have that like secured down like foot. And so sometimes I think you'd probably just be a little tight up there.
Okay.
I don't know if I love the look of the shoe because I love Alphaflys or if I'm like, this is a modern work of art. Like, it's just beautiful.
It is. I'm with you on that 100%.
Like, and this colored version is nice, but I like the all white.
I know.
Yeah.
It's a proto. We're not getting
for those listening, this is like the
teal.
Seafoam teal.
I like seafoam. Yeah. You could brush your teeth with the top of this shoe.
With the Nike, what's this Nike neon called? What are they called? Volt.
Yeah. It's probably like teal storm and Volt or, egg cream. Some
If it was Hoka, it would be. They have the most ridiculous naming colorways.
ocean surf.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a beautiful looking shoe, and it's going to be fun to run in.
Cool. Anything else on that side? I will say we have a ton of YouTube reviews that have been going up. If you haven't watched those, you might be watching this podcast on YouTube. But I mean, we did our best running shoes roundup, and there's
Best
some,
daily trainer.
best running shoes daily trainers of 2022 so far.
Yeah,
And
I think we got to follow that up with a tempo and race day.
Yeah,
we have all the race day
now,
shoes now.
Yeah, and by the way, because I was wondering if we had to hold off on some of that stuff for shoes that are coming, and found out that the Clifton and Rincon aren't coming this year from Hoka.
2023.
Yeah, and I don't even know if the Rincon's coming until summer 2023.
Well, the good news is the Rincon 3 is a really nice model. So
Yeah. Wait, are we the 2 or the 3 right now?
the 3 we had, that's the one with the teal bottom and the orange top.
Oh yeah, you're right. I might try to do the mock 100 miles at some point, just because people are always asking that question.
If it dies out.
Yeah.
Love that shoe.
The Mach
That's what
5 they're talking about.
The
Yeah.
Hoka Mach 5 feels great. So that's what I want to know. A lot of people seem to have problems with it dying early.
I don't think it's going to have the same issue because the foam feels a little bit different.
I'll easily do over 100 miles on this.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay,
Meg's
cool.
already
That's
got
good to know.
probably
Yeah.
Weight off my back.
Yeah. Plus grit's coming up. Yeah. No problem.
All right.
yeah. And then of course we'll throw in our ASICs.
I need to get the Nova Blast 3 in because I want to rack up miles in that during grit. Are those coming in at all?
I
July?
don't know when they're getting to us. I think they were supposed to get here in July for us. They don't release till September 1st.
Right. But I mean,
But
that
it
seems
would be ideal to be testing those during
Grit.
since it's an ASICS sponsored event.
and that's what I wore for most of my miles last year, the Nova Blast 2.
Nova Blast 2. Yeah, I mixed it up. I had the Rincon, the Nova Blast 2, and there was one other shoe that I put a lot of time in. I want to say the Keanu Reeves light.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's whoa.
I was trying to figure out. Yeah, I was trying to think of more Keanu Reeves quotes, and I just blanked. I'm sorry. Really let you down there.
That's all right. We'll re-edit this with Robbie's
All right.
Keanu.
Anything else? Today's guest, I might as well just run that by. Today's guest is Jeff Dengate, Runner's World, runner-in-chief of Runner's World.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a good conversation. Obviously, we're going to talk about shoes a lot.
Do you know why I like Jeff?
Yeah.
It's the very first time I went to the running event. There was nobody there that wasn't like Runner's World or a shoe buyer, like a person that's from a store.
Yeah.
Like I was the only person there that was like from a website or anything like that. And a lot of the people were very dismissive at the time of what we did. And Jeff, actually, I ran into him and he was friendly. He was nice and treated me.
No, that's nice.
I would say more, maybe not a colleague, but a person.
Yeah.
Rather than just like a little fly buzzing around the
He's a good dude.
place. So I really appreciate him being a cool dude.
Yeah, definitely. So this is a good conversation about all kinds of things running. So enjoy.